Hi everyone, I'm Jackie Blake and I'm from JackieBlake.com. I am a life coach specializing in dating and relationships. And as you well know, Valentine's Day is upon us and we are actually having a sale on coaching, which I'll discuss at the end of the video. Now I know that Valentine's Day can be a really challenging time for single people. I've been there, so I know. So I would like to tell you a little story about something that happened to me when I was still living in New York City, as I'm now living in the Canary Islands, and this is actually my first video filming in the Canary Islands, which I'm really excited about. Anyway, back to my story. So I used to go to a weekly meditation class when I was living in New York City, and I feel that anyone living in a very busy American city needs to do something like that as sort of like a sanity practice, okay, to hold it all together. So there I was at my sanity meditation class, and it's an hour-long class, and we do, a meditation, and we have a discussion and things like this. So on this particular day, the meditation teacher was asking us to sit in our meditation and just really listen to the little petty conversations, right, that are in our head so that we could have a little more, some more clues into the nature of our own suffering. So at this time, I sat in the meditation, and what came up for me was that I was just, when I got honest about it, I was really sad about being single. I was 39, and it was not working out for me. I wasn't even meeting any good guys that I was interested in New York City, and it was actually kind of depressing because I felt like the men that I was meeting in New York City were just these like shut down, closed off, emotional zombies at best, and at worst were just like sort of vulgar and gross, right? And like I said, really depressing because I know that there are really great men in the world. I just wasn't meeting them. So that's what came up. Now, right after that was the thought that came up of me judging myself, right? Because earlier in that year, I had gone to Auschwitz, right? And that's like real suffering. And here I am in my stupid little bullshit suffering about being single when, there's people like in the Holocaust that had real problems, or if you look at millions of people today that have like serious stuff going on. So anyway, when it came time to share, I raised my hand because I'm a big sharer, and I shared with the class what I was going through. And prior to sharing, she had actually asked us to just share with a partner next to us, and the woman next to me was about my age and single, and she said, she kind of had the same thing come up in her meditation. She was sad about being single. And I got it because it was a Tuesday night. Like if either of us had a man, we'd probably be with our man on that Tuesday night instead of being at a meditation class, trying to be happy about the fact that we were not having sex with anyone for increasingly extended periods of time. Anyway, so I raised my hand to share with the class, and I told the teacher what was going on for me and even my self-judgment about what was going on for me. And basically what she told me is to just be happy. And why would you worry about this? And I understand this woman's a meditation teacher, not a dating coach. She actually is a really good meditation teacher. So perhaps like looking for comfort from this woman about the fact that I'm single was not really the right place for me to go. But anyway, that was sort of, the party line is, why would you worry about this? Just be happy. Well, then other people started sharing, and another woman raised her hand, and she's like, no, I feel the way that woman feels. Like, I'm sad about being single, and I'm trying so hard, and it's not happening, and how can you just tell me to be happy? And again, the meditation teacher was like, just be happy. Why would you worry about this? And one by one, like, women in the class kept raising their hands and agreeing with me, and I was like, what the hell is going on in here? Like, are all these meditation classes in New York City just a bunch of, like, sad single women? So I guess what came to me is, when in life should you do what the meditation teacher told us to do, which was just be happy, and when do you actually take some action, okay, and change your life? Like, hi, maybe if it's not working out for me in New York, I should go somewhere else. I guess for me in that moment, the reason I could walk out of that class intact and not overly frustrated was because I already knew I was moving to the Canary Islands. So I knew if it wasn't working out for me in New York, that perhaps, God, the universe, whatever you believe in, had another plan. And now that I've gotten here, I realize that it did. But I guess what I would like to offer is, if you are living wherever you're living and you're single and it's not happening and the notion of just be happy is not working for you, I understand. Now here's the truth. If this is your situation, you do have to just be happy because you actually have no other choice. Your only point of power is in the now. It was Eckhart Tolle that said that, right? So unless you are happy and accepting your life and letting it flow as it is now, you're completely cutting off your power, okay? And you can start to look to the future. Now, I don't believe in taking uninspired action. Like, for instance, just going online and saying, oh, there's lots of men in Colorado, I should move there. Because that might not be your destiny. But what I would say is, can you pray, God, universe, spirit, where would you have me live? Or even, God, who would you have me date? Because when you invoke that prayer, you invoke the highest possibility for both where you would live and who you would date. Now, sometimes the universe gives you an answer, very clear. You know, for me, you know, when I asked God this, I met like 8 people from the Canary Islands. So I knew that's where I was going to go. But for 3 years, as I was living in New York City, this past 3 years, when I asked the universe, who would you have me date? The answer was no one. Because during that time, I was supposed to finish my book. I was supposed to become a yoga teacher. I was supposed to take different life coaching classes so that I could now offer these services. And so in that instance, I indeed had to just be happy. So if this is something that you're struggling with in your life right now, like, do I just be happy or do I take some action? I'm actually offering a coaching special for the rest of the month of February. If you purchase a month of coaching, which would include 4 one-hour sessions, I'm actually giving you a 50% off coupon. Just when you email me at jackie@jackieblake.com, in the email, make sure that you write, I'd like to take advantage of the Valentine's Day sale. So you can get your 50% off on coaching. And if you have any other questions, please feel free to email me. If this video meant something to you, please feel free to share it with anyone else you think would enjoy it. And I hope you guys have a great Valentine's Day and take care.